Add my stuff here. I don't like no mess now. I don't like no mess. I don't like no mess. Got the audio. Got to put the speaker in the. Got that. Okay, got it. All right. All right. What's up, y'all? Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. All right, give me 1 second. I had to convert back. For some reason, Instagram don't like this software. It doesn't like the software. All right, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go back Instagram live on here because I can do that. But all right, what's up, y'all? Lord have mercy on me. Listen, honey, that's how he do it. He be trying to mess me up every chance he can get. But little do he know, I got a bunch of devices and softwares and all this good stuff. So I'm gonna always figure it out. What's up, y'all? Welcome tonight. This your girl Tina G. I had a couple problems, but guess what? It's all good. It is all good. I am back. Tell your friends that I am back. I am back on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of the above, right? I am back. Where's my I don't even know where my logo at. This is crazy. Well, okay, let me see. Hold on, wait a minute. So tonight I'm gonna start all over. Tonight we are talking about domestic violence, the myths and the reality, right? So I'm on 3 different things tonight because my new software want to act up. I don't even care. I don't even care. So look, let me do my intro and then we're going to get everything started. So here's my intro. Let me do my intro and get this thing started. All right. Y'all know how we do. I got to do my intro. My girl Stubbs did my intro. I got to do my intro. All right. Here we go. It's going to play. Oh, no, I want to delete it. Child, the intro don't even want to play. What is it? What's up? We're going to play my little, woo, my sample. This thing make me look like I'm chunky. Hold on, let me turn this way. All right. So tonight we're going to talk about domestic violence, the myths, and the reality, right? So I wanted to play a little clip. And then I wanted to play a little clip. Let me see if I can Hey Avis, child, honey, this is crazy. Let me see if I can play this little clip. Give me 1 second. I just want to play one clip. All right, I'm gonna share this real quick. I just want to play this little clip. This is a clip of, that's it. I just wanted to play that clip when the child say you're literally stepping on her. And that's all I wanted to play. That little piece right there. That's really it. Hold on, let me see. This is not happening. This is not happening. Okay, hold up. This is not happening. Hold on. All the screens have disappeared, y'all. This is crazy. Hold on. All right. So I don't know if y'all saw that, but I played a clip of Big Tigger and his wife, right? And so, not saying nothing about that situation, but what I am going to do is take something from that situation and talk about domestic violence, the myths and the reality of it. And I'm back. Thank you, Gwen. I don't know what was happening. It's 70. I've been doing this for 70 weeks. So things were not supposed to go right. I don't even know what happened, but it's all good. It's over with. I ain't gonna worry about it right now. So I played a clip from Big Tigger and his wife, and just wanted to show you that little piece of it where whoever was recording said you're stepping on her, and how you can see that and everything that played out, right? Just want to piggyback on, not saying nothing about their situation, nothing. I'm just piggybacking on domestic abuse, right? Domestic violence, right? If anyone has ever been through domestic violence like I have, then you know how serious it is. You know how it is when women call the police or men call the police. And when the police come, you know, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it is looked upon as it's not important, it's not serious, nobody died. I'm just telling you things that I've heard before. Y'all will be okay. It's going to be all right. The man tell them, oh, we just got into it, right? And so this is sometimes the reason why we are not taken seriously, because of situations and people make up stuff, right? And then when we are, thank you, Keisha, how you doing? And when we are in a serious situation, it looks like we can't get any help, right? So I wanted to just talk about that. And if anybody want to share anything, because this is really a serious situation. I myself have been through it a couple times, right? And I know people talk because lack of knowledge, they don't understand the seriousness of it. But when I hear it, or when people go through it and then they get back with the person, I understand that as well. Because a lot of times, sometimes, not a lot, sometimes that does happen because you're not really ready to get out of the situation. And when you're ready, trust me, you'll know that you're ready. Um, when you're ready to get out of a situation, you will definitely know that you're ready to get out of that situation. A lot of times people are not ready to get out of those situations. So I wanted to just talk about domestic abuse and how serious it is, right? And talk about some things that people have to go through in order for somebody to believe them, and how when they don't believe you, how it can affect you mentally, and how you carry that burden and that abuse to your next relationship, right? Or just in life, right? It's something you can never really get over. Um, mentally if you don't share it. So I have a nonprofit called the Tina Grimes Foundation, and my nonprofit is to mainly just get females to talk, just talk about it. A lot of times females get in situations they don't have clothes, they don't have shelter. Sometimes women become homeless, young girls become homeless because of this. And so my organization is to take the first step, to help women take the first step, right? And to getting help, right? To just actually talk about it. It took me about 15 years to actually talk about it, right? And when I did talk about it, it was at first embarrassing. It was very hard emotionally, and so I wanna create a space where women don't feel like that. That they do have someone to go talk to. And so I've been doing this work for many, many years, right? I got into one when I was in high school. So I've been doing this for many years, dealing with the young people in schools, not just adults, but the people, the young girls in schools, because it starts there. And I know you don't believe it, but I'm telling you, it can even start in middle school now, right? So I just wanted to touch bases on that. Y'all can share some things. We can help each other, help some people that may be going through something that may not want to, talk about it because they may feel like they can't be believed, right? And so it's like I said, it's a very hard subject. Nobody really wants to talk about it, but we're going to talk about a little bit about it tonight. So Keisha says, speaking on both, we didn't see all the footage, and I am also an advocate and domestic violence wears many tags in a personal life, in a person's life. So yeah, I didn't want to show all the video because I know we've seen most of it, but I wanted the little clip that I wanted to show is when the person said you're stepping on her. And it was that wasn't the case, right? Um and Keisha says sadly domestic means someone you know and trust. Exactly. And people say, oh, it could be a mother and daughter, it could be a mother and son, it could be two siblings, it could be husband and wife, it could be friend on friend. Domestic is domestic, someone you know. It's not um a spouse all the time, right? um And that's true, Keisha. Thank you so much. So, yep. So make sure y'all follow me on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Hopefully next week I'll be good. I'm gonna go and do some more of these lives on this new software before I decide I'm gonna keep paying for this. But yeah, so that's what I want to do today is just kind of talk about it. And if somebody had anything they wanted to share, definitely we can share it. But it is like a touchy subject, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it. So I believe next Friday we'll be talking about it on another platform. Keisha, myself, and another young lady, Peter Gay, will be talking about it on next Friday as well, because it is a topic that is really like considered taboo because nobody really wants to talk about it. So Ava said she'd been through domestic violence and she realized how much it affected her. She said, I remember going to the police and they said it wasn't worth it. And I told him that's why people die. It made me walk in fear. Mine was physical, mentally, spiritually, and sexually. And so, Avis, thank you for sharing that. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. And I am glad that you're sharing it now because now you are able to share your story and maybe help someone else that been through that. And a lot of times, not all the time, I'm not saying it's right, but when people do things that are false, say false things about people abusing them, it creates that block. So when someone is really need them to come help them, they don't help us. And it's not right. I'm not saying it's right, but it's not right for the people to make false accusations. Let me just say that. So thank you, Avis, for sharing that. So Keisha said, domestic is emotional abuse. Also, it's abuse that Tigger wife could not get in that phone. Right. When the married man, when you are married, you are one. Unlock the phone, baby. Keisha said, bless you. Right. So now, how many of y'all agree with that? Keisha said, unlock the phone. He didn't want to unlock the phone. And so that created that, I don't want to say struggle, but that created that situation that we saw live, on every platform, which is very personal, and it's really sad. It just broke my heart. Like, it just really broke my heart because it's so many variables that you can say, behind that. Like she said, if you married, you unlock the phone. If you don't want to unlock the phone, and then it's you're hurting me and you're not hurting me. Is there's so many things, right, that we can take from that, right? So it was just a lot, but that's why we having this conversation, right? Domestic violence, the myths and the reality. And Keisha said, I am fair. I don't like either side. Neither do I. It just broke my heart. But again, Keisha, we do this work all the time, right? So we see it. Keisha said, the abusive relationship. Exactly. And we see this all the time. We deal with this all the time. We talk to women. You do an amazing work. And so many people out here doing amazing work out here, that's been doing amazing work for years, right? And it's like the next move that I don't even want to say it, but the next thing I wish we could do is like get some laws changed, dealing with that, because the laws have been the same for years, right? The laws have been the same for years. It's like a person can get locked up for a bad text message, but if you call the police and you got hit and you have a black eye, they say y'all gonna be all right. So it's like it's kind of it's kind of like, who make the laws, right? And so that's why I was like, go out and vote. Definitely go out and vote, um so we can help change some of these laws, right? How is not unlocking a phone is abuse? How is not unlocking a phone is abuse? I don't think that was, what did she say that was? No, I don't think she was saying that was she said unlock the phone. So Keisha said, I can't just hop on one side. Women go through enough already in the street. So cousin Larry said, how is not unlocking the phone a phone is abuse? That's what cousin Larry said. Emotionally abuse cheating. So him cheating is emotionally abusive. That what you're saying, Keisha? I think that's what she's saying. The emotional part. So, and we're not going to talk about, I don't want to say, I got to say alleged. I'm not saying no alleged, but we just talking about the situation that we seen, right? But we talking about domestic violence, the myths and the reality of it, right? So Keisha said, yeah. So um, if you're not cheating, open your phone. So, well, maybe allegedly, maybe that's why the phone was not open. I don't know. So I'm just saying alleged, because we can be talking about, just say um Keisha, you and your husband got into it. He didn't want to open his phone. Give me a scenario. He didn't want to open his phone. You took the phone. Um what what would you expect him to do? And Larry, you tell me as a man, you and your wife get into it and she take your phone, what are you gonna do? So give me two scenarios. I want one from Keisha because she's a female, and then one from Larry because you're a man. So female, male. So yeah. So Ava said, be honest and transparent may help others. That's why I tell my story. Yeah, we got to tell our story because a lot of times people think that it's easy, and this sometimes it is hard to talk about. But the good thing is that you got it out and you talked about it. So yeah, so Keisha said he got something to hide, and you said you would open yours, but he don't want to open his. So is he not opening it to protect you because he know what damage it would cause? So maybe that's why he wouldn't open his phone. But what would you if he didn't open his phone? You can't make him open his phone, or what you tell him? Open the phone or else, or you just not worry about it. Asking a question for the people. Laura, you tell me what would you do if anybody want to hop up here? Hey, let me know. I'll send you a link, or I got a phone number you can call in. Not my phone because I'm on live on Instagram, but I got a phone number you can call. So this is a good subject. So Keisha said the Bible said, "Protect your heart. I should trust my husband with my heart." So Laurie said, if I'm cheating or not, it's my phone. I don't have to open it. You don't have to open it, and I think that's a good topic. That's a good topic right there. So Larry said he don't have to open his phone, and Keisha said if you cheating, then it is what it is. So Keisha said my husband is supposed to protect me. So yeah, but again, I'm just asking. So your spouse have your phone. So we know he guilty. Keisha said guilty. So if he's guilty, then do you just give him the phone back, or do you tussle with him? So what would you do in this situation? If you were in that situation, what would you do? If you asked your husband, I'm just throwing a scenario out there. You ask your husband, let me see your phone. He says no, and then you take it and you got the code and you just take the phone, you go in there, you see something. What's next? You see something you don't want to see. Then what's next? So Laurie said opening the phone has nothing to do about protection. So this is good, y'all. It's getting heated. It's like, no, it's not. But no, you got to slim now. I don't trust you. Keisha said, so you just said you would just be like, I don't trust you because you don't open the phone. So so um so I'm gonna put a spin on this. I'm gonna put a spin on this. And it has nothing to do with you, um, Keisha, just saying like if you weren't doing anything, no trust, no relationship. But a lot of times we get into relationships knowing how people are, not knowing how they are because we just want to get into a relationship. Exactly. And so no need to get, Keisha said, no need to get physical. So Keisha, let me just ask you this. What if your spouse thought you were cheating, right? You wasn't cheating, but he thought you was cheating. And he just took your phone, go through your purse. Would you feel that he's invading your privacy? Or would you say, um, open the phone? Like, but you're not doing anything. I'm just spinning it. You're not doing anything, but they say, just give me your phone. Give me your phone anyway. I don't trust you. I just want your phone. And they just take your phone. Do you feel like that's an invasion of your privacy? I'm gonna go a step further. I'm gonna go a step further. somebody come into your house and go through your drawers, your underclothes, right? You say use your words. Go somebody go into your room, go in your drawers, go through your clothes and just invade your privacy, go through your computer, see what you got going on. Would you feel like they're invading your privacy? Or do you, this is not nothing to do with no domestic. I'm just saying a person in general. Say if I come over your house and just start going through your stuff, how would that make you feel? Respectfully, you can ask me if your gut feels something. We married. Okay, I like that. Okay. Okay. So that's good. I I don't know, but I don't like nobody going through my drawers and stuff. I don't want you going through my paperwork. I don't want you going through none of my stuff. I don't know about nobody else. I just don't. Um, I'm not talking about a husband or wife, and I'm just saying in general. Do we want people going through their stuff? I'm just talking about in general. Then we're gonna get to the spouse part. So you say your husband is different. He can go through your stuff. Yeah. Uh, yeah, because we supposed to be we one. So ain't no you got stuff over here in this. Yeah. But I'm just saying in general, if somebody invade your privacy, how does that make you feel? And I'm trying to see if that's how he felt. I don't know. I'm just asking if somebody invade your privacy. So I'm gonna get to this. Hold on, let me see. I got some good stuff. So Keisha said her husband is different. Larry said if it's abuse, if the woman snatched the phone from my hand or out my pocket. Oh, he said, is it abuse if the woman snatched the phone from my hand or out of my pocket? That's a good one. And then Keisha said a random person in my stuff is different. We are talking about marriage. Oh, he can't, they married. So Keisha, or whoever listening, if y'all can, if a woman snatched a phone out of a man's hand or his pocket, is that considered abuse? No, I don't want to speak on their thing. I just showed that little clip because I wanted to just piggyback. No, we don't know the whole story of their thing, and that's why I never want to get into stuff that I see. So I make up my own little stories, right? And I give y'all scenarios because I don't want to do that. Um, I don't want to do people's personal business. That's not my thing. Um, but I can make up a story real quick and say if 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 Larry's spouse snatch his phone out of his hand or his pocket, is that considered abuse? So I can use other people. I don't want to get into their story. I just showed that clip to show her what she was saying, but I'll be off that. So, oh, okay. Laverne said it becomes Steph. Okay. Hey, Laverne, what's up? Laverne said it becomes Steph, and Ava said yes. Keisha said, sis, I will simply ask him, no snatching or acting crazy. Yes, it is. Okay. Whew, child, this is a tough subject, but it has to be talked about, and I'm glad that we are, because everybody have different opinions about everything, right? And so that's how we can help each other because we all think differently, right? We may think one thing is good for one person, but not the other person, right? And we sometimes leave out certain people, men, because they go through the same thing. I had somebody tell me that their wife punched them in the face and blacked their eye, but he would never tell that. You know what I'm saying? He would never share that with the police because when the police came, they locked him up and he had a black eye. And so it's kind of like it's kind of tricky how the system work and how the laws work. So I gotta figure out how I can get involved with that, right? But let's see. Yeah. Keisha said, back to the point, is cheating allowed? Is cheating allowed in a marriage or relationship? Um, Is that something you would ask your spouse? Is that something that we're allowed to do? I think that's something with a spouse and that person or somebody in a relationship. Um, so for me, no. Um, people cheat and then people forgive people and they get back together, right? So Keisha said trickery of the brain game, marriage only married people. Okay. So married people, is cheating allowed? Keisha asked that question, is cheating allowed? I mean, I'm divorced, but I would say no for me. Um, yeah, that would be a hard no. Is cheating allowed in a relationship? But again, we can say I did a show on that about cheating, and a lot of people said no, but a lot of people went back after the person cheated the first time and the second time. So, um, hmm. so I, oh, okay, hey Lee. Um, so Larry said we've been together for 20 years, and she never asked me to open my phone, and I never asked her. Okay. So Laverne said no, Keisha, and Keisha said correct. So yeah, so Laverne, because maybe you can help us speak to that part about um domestic abuse. When How hard is it for people to find somewhere to go after they've been in a domestic situation? Like, how hard is it to find housing? Because I know I used to take people to Virginia Williams when it was on Rhode Island Avenue. I would write letters for them. I mean, I would do everything that I could to help them get in. I would call up their parents. Like, I would do everything to help them get into the shelter. And this is footwork that I used to do when that DC shelter was open, and even after that, I still help people, you know, find their way. I need to put the number up here for domestic violence also. Um, Ava said my husband used to call me stupid and it hurt, which caused trauma with me. His verbal abuse was the most impact for me. I had to be healed. Yeah, verbal, honey. Them words, they do hurt. Them words do hurt. Them words hurt. And that emotional, honey, because that hit can go away. But them words that you hear in your head, you stupid. That can hurt you um a lot longer than that hit. Um, so Keisha said, because you both have trust, Larry. And so that be the thing. It's the lack of trust. I think that's what it is, Keisha, the lack of trust. You think it's the lack of trust? Somebody doing something. Do you think um do you think people lose trust, or they do you think they lose trust with the people? Um, or they go in it without trust? Laverne said the power of the tongue, the power of the tongue, honey. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. So yeah, I like that, Keisha. Keisha said because they have trust. So do you go into it with trust, or is it something that's earned and you go into it, and can you lose it easily? That's the question. Oh man, this is good. But again, the whole topic is the myths versus reality. Because sometimes when people falsify that they're being abused, it makes it harder for people who are actually going through and being abused to get help. And that's what I wanted to talk about. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. And we also talked about last week, we also talked about forgiveness. And is that something that will be forgivable for you? Like, would you be able to forgive somebody that got you arrested for something that you did not do, for a crime you didn't commit? Would you be able to forgive that person? I know we have to. We talked about it, so I'm just piggybacking on the last week's topic. So that's why I wanted to bring this up. So Laverne said signs are there from the start. And Keisha said all of the above and true. And a lot of times we do ignore the signs because I think Keisha said earlier, we just jump right into the physical. We don't even get to know the people. And then we get to know the people, we like, ew, I don't even like you. Like your attitude is horrible. You are a manipulator. And that could be either one, male or female. I'm not saying no one or the other. I'm saying for both, right? So Larry said, trust have nothing to do with it. I just don't have the fear if she's going to do something. I never had fear about a woman cheating on me. Hey, sister. Hey, Marilyn. We are talking about domestic abuse and the myths and the reality of it. I wanted to just talk about when people make false accusations that they are being abused, how hard it is for us to get help. The women who have been through something, and how can we change that? Like, how can we change that? The people who are going every day, like, is it voting? You know, seeing who is, see who has a bill for domestic violence laws. Like, I think we should get involved more into changing some of the laws, right? Because I know back in the day, if you call the police or something, they would tell you go down there, you get a stairway order, and a stairway order be like this thick, and you get a copy, a green copy, a pink copy, an orange copy, and then you got a yellow copy. I done had somebody come to my house and do like this with the copy. I promise you, do like that. It's a piece of paper. That's what they said. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think the laws are still the same. And that was in the 90s. That was in the 90s. And I've had people just tear the little paper up. Like, okay. So I know that it's hard to get help when women are going through that. So I just wanted to bring some light to it. I appreciate y'all comments. I really do. Keisha said, okay, brother, solid. I can see you doing like this too. And she said, keep going. So yeah, it's a tough subject. It's a tough subject. It's just like forgiving. We talked about forgiving last week, and it's a tough subject. And I like talking about tough subjects because it make people think. Because a lot of people may feel like, oh, they haven't been in a domestic violence situation because it's their norm, And Ava said her husband used to call her stupid, right? He called me names. That's nothing. But that's a form of domestic abuse, verbal, right? Laverne said a stairway order has no bearings these days. None. It does. They don't have none. And we've seen in the past couple of years that the deaths have been coming. They just been coming, and they getting younger and younger. The young ladies getting younger. The men are getting younger. Like I've seen the metro people. It just getting out of hand, and it's like it's just how do we deal with it, because it's reality. It happens, and I know nobody want to talk about it, but it is reality. Yeah, weeks, sis, weeks. Laverne said weeks, and it's heartbreaking, right? And so I'm creating a platform, like I said, just to talk about it. And I know next week we're going to be talking about it on another platform, and I'll share that flyer once I get it. And y'all stay tuned for that. And like I said, if anyone is out there dealing with domestic violence, see if I can share my screen. I don't know. Please get help. Um, I don't think I can type it in, but the number is 1-800-799-2233. So it's 799 SAFE, which is 2223. So if there's anyone that may be experiencing some domestic violence or may know somebody that may be going through some domestic violence, definitely the 800 number, 1-800-799-2233. Definitely reach out and get them some help. Talk to somebody, share it. I know it's not a subject that a lot of people want to talk about, but if you can get some help, or if you can save a life, definitely reach out. If you have to call the police, hey, call the police. Get in people's business. So if y'all have anything y'all want to share, any questions or answers, this is Q&A time. Definitely don't forget to follow me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram at Talks with Tina G. Also on Spotify. And I do have an app. The app is Talks with Tina G. You can go and download it on Roku TV and Fire TV. So you can download that so that way you can stay in contact with me and stay, keep in touch to see what I have going on. I got some things coming up, so stay tuned. I got some things coming up. Stay tuned. I would love for y'all to be a part of my journey. Again, this is the 70th episode. I will be having an event for the 100th episode, and that will be hopefully in December. I have to look it up because sometimes December is a tricky month. Might be snowing. Let me think. I might have to back that up to November. I might have to do that in November. Let me think about it. The 800 number doesn't have any safe places for victims. Do you have a number that they can call? Or do you know of any numbers that they can call? So this inside, it's just so bad. Like, why isn't there places for victims to go? Like, or it's just so bad. But again, this is the world we're living in, and I hope if there's anyone out there that's listening, have family members that they can confide in, and they feel safe with, and they can talk to them, and they can get some help. That is my hope and my prayer that can happen. So, Larry, Keisha, any questions, any comments? I appreciate you all so much for tuning in, for rocking with me for 70 weeks. It has not been an easy journey. It is definitely worth it. As y'all know, as I was on here, I mean, my new software was acting up. I couldn't get on live. It was just a whole mess. But that's a part of the journey. That's a part of this journey. It may look easy. Me sitting up here with the big, yeah. But it's worth it. If I can help somebody, that makes it all worth it. If somebody get help on any episode that I have talked about and people have shared their thoughts and their resources, then it's definitely worth it. So thank y'all so much, TikTok. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me each and every week. Yeah. LeVon say every day we receive calls from stating the hotline didn't help them. So I'm gonna have to write to Congress. I'm gonna have to write Congress. I'm gonna have to write the people. All these people we voting for, that's the first thing I be asking. What y'all doing for domestic violence? This lady's like, make sure you vote for me. I said, what you doing for domestic violence, people? What you doing? What plans and programs you got in place? That's what I ask the people. Got to ask them because they ain't enough. Because it's like, oh well, it's crazy. But thank you, Laverne. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. I don't know. I gotta find some information. I'm gonna have to call the people tomorrow. I'm gonna have to call the people we elect, these little, anyway, I don't want to say no names, but I have to call these people that be on the news and talk about all this stuff that they got going on, to see the resources that they do have. So if there are not any more questions, if y'all don't have no more questions, no comments, I appreciate you all. I do want to make an announcement. Cousin Larry has a book. His book is now available on Amazon. He is now an author. If you type in the untold, no, the untold, what is it? Let me see. Hold on, wait a minute. That's crazy. I got it right here. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Hold on. Because I gotta make sure I say it right. Okay. Because I switched my software, so it's crazy. The Silent Fathers. Just type in the Silent Fathers. I don't think I have the book cover on this one because I switched over from my other software. So just type in the Silent Fathers. You're gonna see a man holding a hand of a young child, and it's going to be kids holding hands, and it's a brown and yellow cover. Honey, my cousin is now an author. So congratulations to you. You an author, cousin. He is the author, Larry Carroll Sr. You typed it in on Amazon, his book gonna pop right on up. Type in the Silent Fathers. That's all you got to type in, the Silent Fathers. His book gonna pop right up. So congratulations. Congratulations. So we appreciate that. Yep, you an author. So I'm gonna let y'all go. I appreciate y'all so much. This the 70th episode. I'm telling you, that took me for a turn, honey. Got me up here scrambling and stuff. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. I am going to probably be live about 3 more times tomorrow because I got to see if this software is actually going to work for me. If not, I'm going to just switch back to my other software. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great night. Share with your people that Tina G is here every Sunday. Oh, when I'm coming back to Tempo. I don't know when y'all having something out there. Let me know. You invite me out, I'll come back down there. You invite me out, I will definitely be there because the hospitality at Tempo was good. The food was great. Everybody was nice. The band was good. I think it was Positive Vibes that night. It was a great night. So yeah, you invite me to Tempo, I'll definitely come back out there. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, the hospitality was real good. They treated me real nice. Yeah, I need to come back down there. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you. I don't think this is going to be the last time. Like I said, on Friday, I'm going to be doing another talk about domestic violence. Me, Keisha, and Peter Gay. I will post the flyer. As soon as I get the flyer, I will post it so y'all can check out that episode. Real deep episode. Everybody have their own opinions, but the topic is real serious, right? So y'all have a great night. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with little old Tina G. So this is the 70th episode. I will see y'all again on Sunday at 7 p.m. right back here. I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a good night. All right, I'm coming back to Tempo. All right, good night, y'all. Thank y'all so much.